I'm Dr. Mike, lead pastor here at the King Garvey Baptist Church. We're happy that you gather with us. As you know, we gather, we grow, and we give. As a part of our evangelism outreach, we bring you this transformation series where we interview courageous men and women from all over and all walks of life who have been able to tell their story of transformation, how God stepped in at the right time to be able to deliver them. The story that you're about to hear is from a friend who started their journey all over in another part of the world. And we are so glad that they're here in this moment. So, the transformation set, welcome, Nicole.
Hello, good afternoon or night or morning and the day where it is. Thank you for having me here. I am doing this small story as a inspire young peoples and young women as well, or women in this world.
Let's start. You have an amazing accent. I can hear it. Where's your accent? Where's the origin of your accent?
I'm from Romania originally, but when I came to the BVI, I was not speaking English. And I can say my accent, it's together.
Together.
From here in Romania.
So Romania, I mean, I'm familiar, but give a geographic location for people may not know where in the world that is.
We are East European people, and Romania is part of the 5 countries of Latin countries in Europe, like Spain, Italy, France, Portugal, and Romania.
Okay.
We are, as a base, Latin country.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
a little Spanish.
You said that you came here to the BVI speaking no English. How long ago did you?
It's 15 years ago.
15
years ago, I arrived in the BVI with $96 on my pocket, with no speak English.
$96, no English.
No English.
Wow.
Yeah, I was turning back because it's before I arrived in the BVI, I was like in that moment when you just like you finish with everything, you try everything, and you go on your knees and you be like, God, I failed in everything. What is next? I'm going the next size, or what I'm doing.
So you bet everything and you said,
just go on your knees. You go on your knees and you just cry out. It was that moment of my life. And I just go to a church, like usually go to church and Orthodox, because before I was an Orthodox Christian. And just go in the church and I hear the stories and everything. And at the end of the day, they come to me and they said, the priest came to me and say, I don't know, but just God telling me I need to speak with you. I was 26. I was like, God, what? Like, I was not understand all these things. And he said that when is the time you just say something about your story or say something for your life? Or I was like, no, like, why? Why do I need to say something?
Yeah.
It's my pain. It's my things. It's my, and I said, it's like, okay, you know what? Let me come. He said, just coming at 5. Let me just having to hear your story. And I just say the story for the first time in my life about everything, like from abusing or everything what was happened with me until I have 25.
Wow.
Electricity, everything gone in the church. The priest still say what you have to say. And the final I go say, you're going home, writing on the three things on the papers, on the blank papers. Say what make you happy. I was like, okay. But from that moment, I think it's one moment where it's blank. Because I don't remember too much about what's happened. I just remember what I wrote on the papers. I say I want to go somewhere far away where people don't know where is Romania. You just asked me where I am. I want to be warm because I don't like cool. I have cool feet all the time. And I say I want to do my job. I love to do my job.
What's that job?
I'm a hairstylist. I am a spa therapist. I started from doing nails to doing hair and finish an academy in California. And then I just going home. I just remember I was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Here was was in the night, and here was in the morning because 7 hours difference. And I say, let me just put my resume somewhere where I can find a job. Find a job, Caribbean. And that was Bacon that time when they have the online things. And it was Peter Islands, Crab Island, all this fancy. But I was like, what is that? And it was like, you know what? Let me put the resume. 15 minutes later, an email on the back, because here was 8 o'clock in the morning. And they was on the computer, and they was like, we want to do an interview with you. We like what we see and everything. And I say, Virgin Islands? That sounds pause. That's not sounds right. What is British Virgin Islands? British, it's in England. That was all my geography. And then I just do the interview, and 2 weeks later, I have my work permit ready. Don't know how happened and things, but I just put it in God's hands and everything. I just arrived in the BVI with a luggage.
$96.
$96 in my pocket.
No English.
No English. I remember I was having a room with no bed. We have the bed, the one you air mattress. I have a blanket, but I don't have no food. I was eating bread and onion before I can go to sleep, because onion that make you to sleep. And I try.
Yeah. It's a journey. I didn't know that. That in the moment, you ask God to take you someplace far away, warm, where no one knows you, and God answered your prayer.
I do. He is.
But how it unfolded to arrive with $96, can't speak the language, with air mattress in a room, and you had to eat bread and onions just to survive.
Yep. I was looking for the $96 because I know my next salary will be in 2 weeks. And as soon as I have the 2-week salary, I was like, I need to put this $96 for 2 weeks. And I was like, $5 for my meal. I was on the Chinese, and they put 1 spoon of rice and the 1 spoon, like the.
Well, you went to Sito.
I was eating for like a year and 2 months, just the same food over, because I don't know other things to ask for.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid the food, because it was spicy, and I don't know what to eat. But as well, there wasn't my budget, because my budget was to make sure I will have the money for send it home, to make sure my parents have the food and everything for my daughter.
You had a daughter,
because
so
I left my daughter.
You came basically halfway or 3/4 away around the world. No English, $96, sacrificing, going to sleep hungry for a couple of nights or more than a couple of nights, and then sacrificing and eating the same Chinese food for the same 1.5 years because you wanted to make sure that you could send money back home to your parents to take care of your daughter.
Yep. And then I started working and doing things, and have the hard work at work when you not speak English and don't know how to express yourself. I still remember like few months or something when I go to downstairs by Village Key to the bar. I have Marcy by the bar, and she say, I was like, I want a beer, and that time was. And he was like, Nicole, this is rude how you say it. You need to say my polite and say, you need to say, can I have a beer? It's like, Jesus, there are so many words. But I say, please. Funny way, I came years later, 10 years later, and the same person, the same bar, and say, may I have a beer, please? And she was like, Nicole, do you remember? Yes, I do remember.
Wow.
It's a story. And after 1 year and 3 months, I remember like yesterday, in my country, the bank take everything from my parents, all the business, absolute everything. We was in the zero with absolute everything. We almost did. My parents was just like ready with on the streets with that. And
What's your daughter?
And with my daughter. And at one point I say, okay, I have $14,000 in my account. What I'm doing with that? Let's buy a house. 14,000, you just buy something on the end of the trail with a house with it just was something.
So again, you worked for 1.5 years. You saved every
Everything.
penny you could have.
Everything.
After that 18 months, you had to take up all that you saved to prevent your family from being on the street.
Yep.
So again, you're left with
Nothing.
nothing.
Then a few months later, after we buy the house and everything, the winter came and the wall for the house go down. I don't have no money. I don't, that was all the money I have. And the final, the people get together, we fix the things and we keep moving. Then 3 years later, my mom gave me a call and say, I have cancer grade 4. I don't know.
Stage 4 cancer.
It's like, how I'm doing this? I was having $7,000 in my account. They said the interferon was $7,000. And she needs to do the 2 shots. I give you the 7,000. I literally have again $100 on the bank. I give it to her, she did that. And she needs another interferon. And that time I was working for another place and everything. And God, I just telling you, God, He's so funny. You have so many ways to show me like that's not your door. Open different doors, open and open. Coming and just say like, I go to somebody was someone else, and she say, Nicole, we can do a fundraiser for you. Neither of us don't know what that word means. People's coming together, you're going to do this, you have. In 4 hours, we make the $7,000. I have people who wrote a check for $1,000. I never see a check for $1,000 in my life at that time.
Wow.
And they just give it to you. I say, what the peoples they will want from me back, because that's what you just.
If that level of generosity,
Yeah.
what do I have
I
to
never
give?
know what is generosity. And people from here, people who you just like, first when people speaking bad about people from here, I am so angry because I know people from here that are nice people. And I just upset.
It's just like around the world. There are good people, and then not so good people.
And they was just people kind and everything. I give them, my mom, the interfer. I send leaves from soursop because that they say they need to do. And my mom starting to teach my daughter how to cook, how to do it, because she need to die. She was ready to die because that's what doctor said. And I say, Mom, just go on your lawn. My mom, she have a garden and she eat everything from the garden. Cancer free after 3 years. That was great. Then I left.
It's a miracle.
That's why I say it is a miracle.
Yeah.
But again, I was going to Baptist church on West Side, and I was again crying out to God. I say, what I'm doing? The people from the church, they say, we need to pray for you. Just come in the church. I pray. Was like nothing happened. Just again, my mom cancer free. And then I see the opening doors. Because at one point, I just say, God, why you bring me here? We're going to the Bible, yeah? Why you bring me here? Why you just do all these things when you just put me in the bad and again bad and then bad? I was trying everything. I was angry at everything. I was just like, until you go to church. You back to church again. I was in the Catholic church. Eileen, one of my very good friends, and Nicole, come to church. I say, if I go to church, I will crying every day. All the time I go in there, I'm crying. I say, let me cry with you. I go there for a while. I was really nice, but I was just not feel connect with my own spirit. That's my own things. I was like, not feel, and I'm not a fake person. If I'm not feeling 100%, I can't.
Yeah.
And God knows my heart.
Yeah.
I came here 3 years ago now. And I just like, it was like the cleaning of my everything. I say, you know what? Let everything what people say, everything what you just did it, because I was bad, I was good, you was you was angry, everything. When I baptized in King Garden Bay, I just feel like I just come back again on my life.
Like a rebirth.
But the real life, the life what God tell me and promised me.
You have to go through a lot of stuff to get to that point.
I just telling you I'm a strong stone. God needs to, I don't know. I pay for some circles in this life. I pay for many others. But I feel like I reached the point on my life right now to be.
So let me ask you, for people who are hearing this and they heard that you said that you were hungry and you had, and they're like, well, you have a successful salon and you open one, close one, open one. Everyone knows Nicole. They see your fun, great, amazing, sincere energy. And they hear these things with the ups and downs. But now let's talk about you. How you got to that point of that rebirth. Why was that important for you? What did it mean? What did it represent? Because it wasn't that you didn't know God. You had a relationship with God from Romania to here. And the relationship evolved over different things. But even with your relationship with God, there was a lot of not so good things happening. Any point that you just question, like, why me?
How I say, it's just like, I think I have a moment in my life. I think I was really in a very good position on Studio One, and I was.
That's a salon
yes.
that you started with your partner, and that everyone kind of knew you who were in this region for. But for people around the world, it's like an amazing crafts that your hands literally have a gift. But how do you navigate that with all that thing going on?
I was like a moment in that like, your success, you make it. You doing like in 2014, we was the best salon in the BVI, and I was like really everything was just like, but at one moment, I was missing something. I was feel like I was not enough, not everything. At one point, I shaved my hair. I was just I think I show you the pictures before and after. I asked for help.
You had gained weight, you lost.
It's just, and I was not understand why, because I was having everything. Like God, like literally I have everything. I have my business. My daughter, she was great in the school. I have everything, but I was still down. And I was like, that was the first time I coming to you. I was asked for help. I still cannot recognize myself how I came to you. And I not see that.
So it's interesting, which I think is important, how God intersects your life. It was just an afternoon on the beach.
Yep.
I was there minding my own business. And he walked up and he says, I like your spirit.
Yep.
I'm going to come talk to you.
Yep.
And I was like,
just like this.
And I was like this. Where did this lady?
I think I can talk to you.
I was like, where does this lady come from? How does she?
It is true.
And
it is.
That's literally.
Yep.
It wasn't in a church, because you can meet opportunities to interact
Yep.
at different times.
Yep.
And that moment, you started a journey.
Yep. I still remember the first day I came on your office. I was because I try with other doctors as well. You don't need to. You cannot connect with everybody. It's okay.
Yeah,
But
it's okay.
find your spirit, find your tribe. I always say that. Find your tribe. Find your people who really understand your pain, understand where you are. And you was that one. I straight away I just feel I can be confident on you. It's not just because you like a doctor or like, but just because your kindness as well. You are a kind person, and I know what it's unkind people. I know what it's. I have all these things all the time around me. I know what is that,
So
and
you
that
went
was
on
the
a
journey.
spiritual journey, emotional healing over a period of time.
Yep. Start with you, then I go in Romania, went on yoga retreat for like 21 days. Just literally we sitting on the forest and pray and just eat vegan food and just do nothing.
Connect back with nature.
Yes. Foot on the ground, and that's what I like. And that was me come back my own spirit.
And then the moment, explain the moment of you getting to get baptized.
I was ready because all the things, I think God prepared me for this. Because for me, I never, like how you say, I have God all the time. For when I born until today, I know who is my God. I know who I serve. I know what is for me. Because He never, ever let me alone.
Even in the lowest moments, even when you were
Never.
there, you mentioned abuse, but you mentioned
Still go to Him.
you mentioned being hungry. And
Yep.
I'm sure it wasn't one night.
Nope.
You mentioned your mom being diagnosed with cancer. You mentioned your family losing their home. And every time you like starting over, but you say, well, God, you're there, but it doesn't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the midst of helping everyone, you said, you just lost yourself. You shaved your hair, you put it back. You produced this and another. And then you said, I'm going to start a journey of healing,
Yep.
unpacking all this stuff. It's interesting that even sometimes when God is present, you still suffer.
True. But make me who I am.
Yeah.
I came to church, and I don't think it's not a Sunday to not cry. And maybe a lot of people question that because they maybe not understand, but it's a lot of story. This is just something from my story. And it's a lot of pain. I'm always connect with anything with somebody say it because I want to hear God's voice. I want to hear what you have, what's your message from God. I always be present.
Yeah.
And I just like that. It's feeding my soul.
Yeah. So there are people watching.
I know.
There are people still trying to figure out where you get your smile. There's someone right now that'll be watching this all over the world who may have went through all types of trauma and difficulties and ups and downs. I want to give you uninterrupted moments to be able to talk to that young girl or person and just share your story to help them heal.
Whew. What I can say to you, young lady, or anyone who hear this, it's hard. It's not easy. But if it's easy, you cannot be that strong. All the time when you see a person who's make it in the life, who did something with their life, they did it because they pass all this struggle. Find that door to open the door when God telling you or talking with you. Open the door because He's there. He's listening to you. But be honest, not with God, be honest with yourself first. And God will be know that door needs to be open. And never give up. Give up is not an answer. Just make it until you make it. Do it and over until you make it. The force it's in yourself. Believe in yourself, you are enough. Don't looking at other people's story like they did it don't know the roots of the story. They make it because they did something with their own life. And I did it, and I'm here just because of that. Because I believe I am enough. I am enough.
You are. You certainly are. I see that you have a token there, and I don't want to not give you opportunity to let us know what that means to you.
It's a gift. From the family home and the family here. And they put inside my brother and sister to be the angel of my daughter. And I know they always look powerful. Like, and I'm always, it's there. My brother and sister pass away as well. They are not in life as well. And I call them the angels of my daughter. And it's my anxiety thing, and I love to have it all the time.
You are a symbol and a remnant of what strength is, what power, perseverance is. If you're watching this and connected to this story, so it's never give up. Nicole reminded us that you are enough, and we are enough because God says we are. All along the journey, from Romania to the Virgin Islands, God has always been present. Sometimes you just have to knock and open the right door. The good thing is, the same God that allowed Nicole to walk through that door, the same God that's able for you. Walking through that door may just be saying, God, I need another chance. God, I want you to forgive me. God, I'm hungry. I'm hurting. Heal me. If you need that, the number's here on the screen. Touch base with us, because God is in the transformation business. And no matter where you are enough. Dr. Mike here in the King Garvin Baptist Church. We do this to help you know that your life is transformable. You're not escaped out of hope, and I want you to believe. Gather, grow, and give. God loves you, and you are enough.